Hi, this is William. Welcome to another Play-agricola.com video. I'm going to be playing 4. That includes 2 unpublished decks, G4, G5, and D, both of which are planned to be included in the 2016 re-release of Agricola. So there are going to be some cards that you guys aren't familiar with. I'll try to mouse over them as much as I can, but definitely want to be able to keep the game moving. Um, so let's get right into the draft. Begging Student is a very interesting card. If you draft a way to get rid of a beggar card, I think this could be an amazing card. Even without the beggar, I think it's still quite a nice effect. Um, let's take a look at what else we have here. Miller can be interesting. I think Peasant is probably the best card in this pile. Whenever you build a major, you can pay a food to plow a field. Basically, it's 4 food in an action to plow like 3 fields or something like that, which is pretty good if you compare that to like a plow or something along those lines. Um, what else? Village Baker. That doesn't look particularly strong. Peace Worker, of course, if you've got a lot of food, can be very good. Animal Buyers is very, situationally can be quite good. I think the best card here is Peasant. Although I could take Begging Student. I'll definitely keep it in mind. It might come back around. Okay, so we got some good cards in this pile. Master Huntsman will obviously combo with my Peasant. Whenever I build a major improvement, I get a boar. So even if I eat that boar right away, basically between Master Huntsman and Peasant, I can build majors and get 2 food and a field, which would be pretty good. But because there's some other good cards in this pile, I think I might hope that it comes back. Cabbage Lover can be very good, but since I want to build lots of majors, I think I won't take that. And Apple Picker also. Apple Picker goes with Market Woman quite nicely, actually. Market Woman's the best card in this pile. I can say that for sure. It's just such a good card. If you can activate its effect with a miner, then you're really, really happy. All right. So Hill Cultivator is interesting in terms of the Market Woman, plus it's going to give me clay to build majors with. I probably don't need to take it now though because I rate Trailblazer, Dove Hunter, Hoarder all better than it, so probably it'll come around. Wimp is a very interesting card. It gives you food, but it says that you are limited to um, what you can take. You can't take really high accumulating spots, um, which is a disadvantage for sure. Hoarder is a good card. My only reservations about Hoarder would be when am I going to play it because Peasant and Market Woman I think are very similarly timed cards to the Hoarder. Um, hmm, I think I'm going to take Hoarder anyways though. I do like Dove Hunter, but with Peasant I'm planning on getting a way to eat animals anyways, and usually with Dove Hunter you don't uh, you don't build a way to eat the animals otherwise. Or at least not for a while. Yes, I think I'd take Hoarder here. Um, None of these cards are amazing. Branch Collector is okay. Old Hiker is okay. Um, Permaculturist could be really good if I get a way to get a vegetable early and then I activate my market woman. Probably I take Branch Collector because it's a nice easy card. I can play it in stage 1 and get 4 or 5 wood from it over the course of the game. And that'll be all right. Old Hiker wouldn't be too bad actually, but I think Branch Collector here is the better card. Okay. So I think I want it. So the begging person, interestingly, got taken. Um, so what do I have here? I could take Herdsman, Miller, or Tavern Keeper. Those are the 3 cards I'm looking at. Tavern Keeper is good in that it would give me grain that I could then bake, but I already have Market Woman, so I don't think I need Tavern Keeper just for the grain. I think a better play would be to take Miller, and then I can use this card to build an oven or a fireplace or whatever, and then that'll activate my peasant. Yeah, so I think Miller's the best card here. And then I can plan on baking bread with my market woman. Yeah, that's handy. Okay. Not kosher butcher, not animal handler, not fieldsman, which really only leaves me swineherd. Do I want to take swineherd? Actually, fieldsman might be okay. Fieldsman is one of those cards that very, very, very situational, but sometimes it is worth it. Um, I guess the other thing is animal handler is usually an action to get at cattle, but I mean that's not any better than just taking 1 cattle yourself, which usually you can do if you want to. So I think I take swineherd here. Swineherd also guarantees me 6 food actions in the mid game, which can be quite useful, or in the late game as well. Um, Trailblazer actually could have comboed with the So guy if I had taken him last round, but I don't think I have enough cards to support going that heavy. Schnapps Distillery is okay. If I would take Schnapps Distiller if I knew that I had a miner that would give me an early vegetable, then I would get early vegetables sowed and use my market woman and start eating them. But I don't know that I'm going to get that for sure. And I have a way to plow already with my peasants, so I think by default I take Dove Hunter. And Dove Hunter is quite a good card on its own. It just might not necessarily fit into my plans the greatest. Okay, first thing I look for, any cards that give me vegetables. Nope. Um, Artist Garden, very good card. Barbershop, very good card. Probably it's between those two. Actually, Ram is interesting because of Dove Hunter, but I don't need to take it now. I can take it next time around. Um, yeah, it's probably between Artist Garden and Barbershop. And I think I'm going to want to go. I don't have that many stage 1 occupations to play, so I think I'm going to go for the first growth. And usually Barbershop sets you back from that. So I think I might take Artist Garden. Okay. So Tuileries Garden is really good with my market woman because it gives me vegetables, and so then I'm actually getting VGG, and then I can every time I plow, I take a field and a vegetable and 2 grain, and I can sow that vegetable right away. So that's quite good. Um, Stone Axe is all right. Uh, um, Kindling actually would go pretty well with what I'm planning on doing, but I think Tuileries Garden is just It's too good for what I'm planning on doing to not take it. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get on that plow spot a lot. All right. Prize squash goes with my heavy vegetable strategy. Um, Cooking hearth is not a major improvement, so I probably won't take this because I want to be building major improvements. Obviously, all these are minors. Yes, that goes without saying. Buried treasure kind of goes with my Tuileries garden, but I need the stone before I play it, not after. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. Nothing really jumps out at me here. I think Prize Squash is probably the best card, but I think it'll come back around. Dovecoat is a good card, but between Dovecoat and Tuileries Garden, I would rather play the Tuileries Garden, and the Dovecoat will slow me down from playing it. Uh, because I don't have a way to get extra stone right now, so I think that'll just be too much in terms of stone cost. So I think I take prize squash. And what prize squash does is it basically lets me eat vegetables and keep the points for them. Or if I have more than 4 vegetables, turn those into points. Either of those are pretty good if you're going heavy vegetable. Anytime a card, so one of the things about Agricola is that um, you want to max out in the specific things you're doing most of the game and then at the end branch into the other things. So what a card like Prize Squash does is it lets you turn vegetables into points. Now, what that means is that if you have more than 4 vegetables, normally those wouldn't be any points to you and you would just eat them. Prize Squash actually says it's okay, you can eat those and turn them into points. So you can go even heavier because the way the game works is the heavier you go into something, generally the more you get out of it. So if you go really heavy into vegetable fields, then, you know, it lets you do that even more, so you'll get even more benefit from it. Twivel and Twivel is pretty good card. This is actually Excursion to the Quarry is looking good to me because of the fact that I need lots of stone. Salary, whoever took the Huntsman is going to be happy about that. I think though I'm going to take Seal just because it's a nice simple card. It's going to give me some clay which I'm going to need to build ovens and for my hoarder. So I think yeah, Seal is the card to take here. Backdoor and Excursion to the Quarry and Twibble and Twivel, all those would have been fine as well. Um, yeah, I think Seal is the best card to take there. Alright, here, Guild Building, Animal Nursery, Ram, Clay Deposit. Clay Deposit's quite a good card, especially if you have a big family. The reason being that instead of Um, normally when you do something like take animals, the first time you take animals, they're going to be worth 2 points, but then after that, every animal you take is only going to be worth one. Well, what Clay Deposit does is says, well, instead of taking those extra animals for 1 point, you can go on the Clay Deposit and get 2 points. So it's basically giving you 1 extra point per action, usually. So Clay Deposit's quite good. Ram, I already talked about how Ram would be actually pretty good with my Dove Hunter. Um, the only thing is I would need to build a stable. So if I built a room and a stable and played Ram and used Dove, then I use Dove Hunter. The only thing is Ram breeds more often than Dove Hunter lets me eat. So I don't think I'm going to do that. Clay Deposit's just a very good card. Guild building is interesting if I get a very early pottery and then I'm going to have a bunch of extra clay, but I don't think I'm going to have a bunch of extra clay because I'd rather use it for my peasant. So I think clay deposit's the best card to take here. Okay. Um, Pottery wheel will let me eat clay, which goes quite nicely with my clay deposit actually. Granary is good in that it gets me grain, except I already have Market Woman. and Tuileries Garden, so I don't think... although, if I want to cook early... no, I think it'll be better to focus on getting my Tuileries Garden activated. Or Tuileries. Tuileries? Not sure exactly how to say it. It's kind of like tulip, right? Not actually, I don't know how you spell tulip. I guess it's T-U-L, not T-U-I-L. Tuileries? I don't know what the reference is. I assume it's referencing something. I think pottery wheel actually will be fine. The other thing is I get my branch collector will activate on it, and I'll get a wood back, basically turn a stone into a wood, and then it'll let me eat my extra clay, which actually pottery wheel, between pottery wheel and seal, that combo so that I can make eat clay much easier to pay for my occupations for the 2 minor cards, so that's not too bad. Yeah, kindling would be okay actually because it'll let me build those things, but I think taking pottery wheel. Okay, so the other thing that I want to look at is how expensive my miners are. Seal and pottery wheel are relatively easy to play, whereas all the rest of them are going to be quite hard. Um, or not quite hard, they're quite expensive, I should say. So I want to take something nice and easy, so I think because of that I'm going to take Buried Treasure. Just a nice easy card, and hopefully it'll be worth a bunch of stone for me as well. So, to remind you of how my draft looked, so my plan is I'm going to play Branch Collector in stage 1, maybe Dove Hunter as well, and then I am going to go for that first growth, and then after the first growth I'm going to focus on getting my Tuileries Garden going, so I'll have played Market Woman, Hoarder, Branch Collector, and Peasant, I think, is the plan. Um, to satisfy the Tuileries Garden, and then I'll be, plowing fields like crazy. Maybe I don't play Peasant. I might not even play Peasant. I'm not sure. Not sure what I want to do. We'll see how the game goes, to be honest. Maybe I abandon Peasant and just play Market Woman, Hoarder, Branch Collector, Miller, or Swineherd, or Dove Hunter. One of those three. I could do that. Since I know grain cart's out, Miller actually will be pretty good in terms of letting me bake a lot. So if I could get clay oven, I'd be pretty happy with that. What's going on? Alright, I'm playing with Sabosh JMLV, all of them quite good players, Sabosh especially so. Probably the second. He came second in the most recent France Tech tournament, and I think he's got a bye in the current round of the G4, G5 tournament. Um, yeah. So we'll see. My plan is, so I'll probably won't prioritize reedstone food that highly. What I'll really try to do is get to reed next round, and then focus on taking wood so that I can build the first room and get the first family growth. And then set up my Tuileries garden, and then the thing about the Tuileries garden is it'll make my actions so efficient. If on one space I can plow, sow a vegetable, get 2 grain and a stone, like that'll be amazing. And then I used my prize squash to eat them. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties. There we go, finally. Okay, so I'm going to first move play Branch Collector, because why not? So actually, what a decent sequence for me to be, with the sheep coming out first, that 2 clay is very appealing, so I wouldn't mind taking 2 clay and then building a fireplace, getting a wood, and then playing, seal, or just starting to take a lot of wood. Oh, this card's quite good. Field Master. Basically, he's like Field Watchman, except that he can be blocked. But yeah, he's quite good. He's actually more flexible than the Field Watchman, except of course for the thing where he can be blocked. Um, yeah, so that guy's quite strong. But I mean, that's pretty good for me because if he's going to take grain a lot, then my miller will activate a lot. But probably he's going to be very efficient as well. Everyone's going to be very efficient. All of our moves are going to be quite strong, I imagine, which is to be expected when you have a bunch of good players playing, and usually they end up doing a lot over the course of the game. Interesting. This is very interesting. I guess if you don't have any other miners and you want a starting player, why not? 2 food for 2 stone. And then if he reads stone foods, he can get a very early well, which is quite nice. Getting the well nice and early. I'm pretty happy about that because it means there's a reasonable chance that it'll get past me. And I am going to need lots of stone with that Tuileries Garden. Okay, so I could read stone food, or I could play an occupation. I am going to need read, so I think I need to read stone food here. And then maybe next action will be starting player play seal, and then next round read stone food again in order to get my 2 read that I need to build. Oh, wow. Oh, that's quite nice for Sabosh. Going to be able to use the apple picker. It combos the same way that it does with Field Watchman in that, you're going to want to do that anyways, and then plus you get an extra wood and a food. So pretty good. Over the course of the game, this is going to be like 5 or 6 wood and 5 or 6 food, which is really quite good. Quite good. Oh, but we have JML blocking him, so that's cool. Wonder if JML has evening prayer. It's always a good um, something to be aware of. So yeah, I starting player and play seal. So now whenever I play an occupation, I'm going to get a clay. And then later on, I can use the clay with my pottery wheel. Um, and I should activate my branch collector. Or, no, I don't. Never mind, I don't activate branch collector. So nothing that I really, really want to do. So read stone food. And then I'll plan on taking 3 wood with my second action. And if both the 3 wood spots are gone, maybe I starting player pottery wheel, get a wood, and then it sets me up to take 4 wood next round. Sabosh saying too bad he was hoping to steal the first fireplace from V. Another thing I could do is I could play Dove Hunter and then take the 4 sheep next round. And then what that would be doing is taking a whole bunch of food out of the game, which slows the game down, which may or may not be to my benefit. Well, I'm seeing where all those grain and vegetable cards went that I thought about taking. They all ended up in Sabosh's hand, of course, because he had the Field Master. So this is quite good. Whenever he goes on grain, he's going to get a wood, a food, and 2 clay, which is kind of absurd. So there's going to be a lot of extra resources in this game. There's V playing 5 rings. I would have liked that card quite a bit. But he's doing that to make sure that he gets the first fireplace next round, which is good for me because that means I'm going to get a big wood grab if I want it. Okay, how are we looking in terms of people growing? V needs a food, so he's not going to be able to build and take fireplace next round. Um, JML only needs to read, but I'll go before him next round, and Sabosh is quite a ways away from building the first room. So I can plan on taking I can take wood twice, or I can play an occupation and take wood. Either of those would be fine. Um, yeah, either of those would be fine. I could play an occupation here. I could play market woman, just get it out, get it out. Maybe I do that. Because I know I'm going to get, actually no, it's not guaranteed that I get, it's very likely that I get 4 wood next round. Yeah, okay, I'll play this. What I can always do is, yeah, if I need to, I can starting player play pottery wheel to get the 5th wood and then build the first room in round 5 if that's how things are going to shake out. Yeah. Or else I don't build the first room and V or JML do, and that's okay with me too because I'm not going to be too far behind them. So I think the worst case probably is if I get the first growth and then Sabosh grows after me. That would be quite bad. That would basically guarantee that Sabosh will win. But if he gets the last growth, well, then that's, something. Or even if he gets skipped twice. So we had V take wood. Um, so yeah, he needs food. So he can build a room, but he's not going to. There's my 4 wood that I correctly assumed that I would get. So um, it's looking like I'll build the room next round, which is handy. Oh, JML did not take read. That's very interesting. Okay, so I could starting player and play. Okay, so this is an interesting part of the game. If I build a room now and family growth does not come out in round 5, then I'm going to need to starting player in round 5. But if I starting player here and then build room next round, I won't need to starting player in round 5. So um, either way, it will guarantee me the first growth. The question is which play is going to be better. I can either starting player or I can build a room. Now, if family growth comes out in round 5, then the starting player will be useless because I won't have needed to do it either way. Um, the other thing to consider is how many occupations I've played in order to allow me to play minors. I have 2 minors that I can afford, Pottery Wheel and Buried Treasure. So if I starting player here and then have to starting player again, then I'm going to be running out of minors already. I think I build I think I build a room here. So if family growth comes out round 5, I'll be quite happy, and I'll have made, I think, the correct decision in my mind. The other thing that could go wrong is V could starting player with his first move, and then I'm unable to stable block. And if JML doesn't take 2 read here, then yeah, JML might starting player and then take 6 wood instead of taking read. But if JML takes read and family growth comes out round 5, then Sabosh will get 6 wood, which is quite good for him. Alright, alms basket. So that's why he wasn't playing any occupations. Another thing I need to start thinking about is how I'm going to feed the next harvest. I think I'm going to be using my pottery wheel to do so, I hope. Yeah, so if V starting players here, then I'm going to be in trouble. Oh, he's taking clay. Okay. So what do I do? I could take clay as well. Or I could read stone food. Read stone food will let me play an occupation next time around. I'm probably going to have to starting player with my second action anyways. I think taking clay here is the right decision. Yeah, I mean, I did talk a lot about how I was going to need a bunch of clay. Actually, so the thing about pottery wheel actually is that it combos really well with the pottery because you can activate your pottery wheel, then you have an odd number of clay. Yeah, I should remind you what pottery wheel does. Um, So pottery wheel says every time you have an even number of clay, you can turn a clay into 2 food. So what I can do is I can have an even number of clay. I activate my pottery wheel. Then in the harvest, I use my pottery to go down to an even number. Like say I have 6, I go down to 5, use pottery, go down to 4, and then I use the 4 with the pottery wheel again. So basically what pottery wheel says is that if you have an even number of clay going into a harvest, you can turn 3 clay into 6 food, or if you have an odd number of clay, you can turn 2 clay into 4 food, which is very good. That's a really early animal husbandry worker, so I think we can pretty clearly see where we know he's playing for that guest card when you have no unused spaces. He's for sure playing for that. Here, I'm starting player and play pottery wheel. I could play buried treasure instead, just to keep the pottery available to me. Yeah, I think I do that. I don't need the wood, do I? No. Only if I wanted to play for the well, which I don't think I do. Yeah, getting the pottery will be quite good for me, I think. There's family growth, so with my first move I play family growth. So that was not best case. Best case would have been grow round 5, but that was very good case scenario for me because I was running out of minors that I was able to play. I would have had to play an occupation before I could have played another minor, which is not the worst thing in the world, but I mean it can be a pain. So now I need to focus on feeding efficiently, which I will with my clay. So I'm going to do lots of big clay grabs. And then I'm going to get my hoarder and my, ooh, maybe I play miller instead of peasant. I might do that. Um, so I can play an occupation here on this move for, and get 3 food with it. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Otherwise, I take 3 wood or 2 stone. Neither of those are that appealing to me, considering that this will probably go to 4 wood, and this will probably go to 3 stone. Um, yeah. So here I'm going to play an occupation. I get to add both of these to my hand. I might play... Actually, I'm probably not going to build a 4th room. Maybe a clay room, but not any other kind of room, I don't think. Okay, here I play hoarder or I play miller. I think I play hoarder. I could play miller. I could play miller. Play miller and get cooking hearth. No, I'm going to play hoarder. I could have played Dove Hunter as well, but I think when I'm going to get a cooking hearth anyways, I don't really need to play Dove Hunter. So V, looks like V is going to get 6 wood, but I'll get 4 wood, which makes it not so bad, I think. Oh, the thing I didn't think about Hoarder is that I can store a clay and then eat another clay. Oh, that's handy. Yeah. So let's see if V takes the sheep with his first action. I think he should, but he might not. You never know. I like that with seal and pottery wheel. I basically have the same effect as patron, which is quite nice. So here I take 4 wood. Anytime you can take 4 wood you want to. I wouldn't mind 3 stone and I wouldn't mind reedstone food. Either of those would be good. Um, yeah. Sabosh commenting that he was not paying enough attention and missed that backdoor was played, which is a pretty big mistake. You got to be paying attention when you're playing online. These people are too good to give really good opportunities to. But hey, he's gonna get to build the stone oven, so that's quite nice compensation for him. He'll probably reno play stone oven with his second move. Um, so if I can, I'll take reedstone food, and then maybe I play another occupation. I could do that. Social climber from V, so V most likely planning on renovating next turn, which Sibosh might block him to. So I play Reedstone Food. So now I'm in a position to reno as well. So I'm putting pressure on the renovation spot. And if they don't, then I'm going to reno and play pottery, I think. Do I need to take pottery? I do need the 4 stone for my Tuileries garden. I have excursion to the quarry though. Uh, Tuileries garden is only 3 stone. So I'm only 1 stone away. Actually, excursion to the quarry will give me all the stone that I need. So yeah, probably I want to next round starting player and then play excursion to the quarry and then Tuileries garden. Or I could plan on building another room and using clay deposit. That would be good as well. I have a bunch more miners I want to play, so I think it's worth it to me to try to build another room. Yeah, so Sabosh is going to have to eat basically all of the grain that he had sowed, which makes his early actions so much less efficient, which really sets him back a lot. But I mean, that's kind of what happens if you're not paying attention to the game. Maybe he was paying attention, but he just isn't mentally with it today. But yeah, I think he made. Obviously, anytime that you eat 4 grain, that's a pretty big 4 raw grain. Especially at this stage of the game, it's a pretty big mistake. Interestingly, JML looks like he's not trying to go at all. And then we have V play pottery. So that kind of makes my mind up that I'm not going to play excursion to the quarry. I'll just reedstone food again and then starting player Tuileries garden. So I can play an occupation now or next round. Um, which do I want to do? Or I can take 4 food. I can do either of those things. I can always hoard that last um, hoard a clay Yeah, so I can afford to do that. Play swineherd, dove hunter, peasant. I could play any of those. Probably I'd play swineherd, I think. Yeah, okay. Or I play miller. I do want to play miller eventually anyways. Uh, yeah, I need to play this either way. Um, ESC again before paying for FP. So I go down, boom, boom, 2 more food, and then I get a wood, plus wood, branch. So next round, I'm going to go on Reedstone Food, and then starting player to Tuileries Garden, and then start plowing whenever I can. I guess I could have plowed this round for my last stone. Oh, not a big deal. I think playing the miller, the occupation, getting that out is fine. So Reedstone Food, and then I'm going to starting player play Tuileries Garden, and then if third move plow is still available, I'm going to do that for sure. Nice thing is that I'm going to be able to threaten Sabosh's stone oven. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm happy about that. Because I'm going to starting player and then plow, and then I could stone oven first move next round. Follow farm steward. Nice play. These having a really good game. Um, oh, I can't threaten stone oven, of course, because I just used all that stone. That was silly of me. Oh, but he'll probably discard to keep the stone. It's all right. Oh, he saved a reed so that he can build another room, I guess. That's probably his plan. Uh, hmm. So there's going to be 2 6 wood actions next round. Actually, Sabosh might take one of them. Um, I'm going to want to plow with my first move. To start getting that vegetable and grain out. Yeah, so I'm going to take 4 wood here. And if I give Sabosh 6 wood, well, so be it. I guess I should have amended what I said about Fieldmaster. He's good early. Not so good late. So I'm going to pass the Bosch 6 wood, which you never want to do, but I think it's going to be worth it here. V, so GGS. So this way, if anybody takes grain this round, I can bake those 2 grain into the all the food that I need for this harvest. And then my next play will be um, getting going on another room. I'll build a 4th room. Hmm. He plays joinery, which is interesting. I guess thinking about do I build a room here or do I build a clay room? Now the nice thing is my branch collector is giving me extra wood. And there is going to be a whole bunch of extra wood put into the game. Yeah. Uh, oh, it hasn't been discussed. Hmm. Oh, I need food. I've been sleeping, not thinking about the fact that I need food. Okay. I'm gonna take sheep, I guess, and I could sow bake. Um, I'm gonna take sheep. And I'm gonna hoard and good. And I guess I'll hoard a clay. I'll hoard a wood right now. Wood's the thing that I need the least of right now. Hopefully I can get the stone oven. If I can get the stone oven, I'll be quite happy with how my game's going. If not, you know, the game's going to be a bit harder. Actually, I guess I can get, as long as I get a cooking hearth, I'll be okay, which I will. So I want to play Clay Deposit, Artist Garden, and Prize Squash still. I probably will play Swineherd just because it's going to give me an easy way to feed a lot. JML's playing quite a weird game. I know he's playing to max out his farm and then play that guest occupation, but he didn't have a plow or anything to make him fill his farm faster. I think whenever you're playing a game like this, you really need a card like that. It's too bad for me because it means he first moves plow, which usually doesn't happen this early in the game, but that's all right. Oh, there's Stone Oven from V. So that's too bad because I need ways to get points, and V is taking all of them. But I guess that's why it's good that I have Hoarder. Um, so what do I do here? I take wood, and then maybe play Clay Deposit with my next move, and then take Clay Deposit with my last move. That'll give me enough clay to reno and to eat some as well. So I'll probably reno play Cooking Hearth. Reno upgrade to Cooking Hearth, I should say. Uh, Here are my remaining hand cards. So Prize Squash, Artist Garden, Clay Deposit. I want to play all those. I'll probably play Swineherd. Probably won't play anything else. Maybe Excursion to the Quarry so that I can renovate to a stone house. Because I definitely want to be able to do that. There's Grain Cart from V. Here I Family Growth and play Clay Deposit. get 5 clay, and then I can start eating my clay. Probably first move starting player so that I can play artist garden. Unless plow's available. If plow's available, I do that, of course. Actually, I guess I don't need the starting player that bad because if plow so comes up or family growth comes up, then, there's a better chance I get plow one field, depending on what comes up. Oh, I forgot about animal husbandry giving the bonus points, which is why Sabosh farmed like the fence the way he did. Forgot about that. I might be able to fence like that, actually, for an extra 2 points. Well, even with eating all that grain, Sabosh's still looking quite good. He's got a breeding pair of boar already. He's got a bunch of fields. He's got the clay oven, which helps him to feed. I can play excursion to the quarry here. I can play artist garden. I guess I play artist garden. Then I'm going to want to go on to reed, and then reno, and then last move take sheep maybe, or I'll have to see after renovating what my food situation is. Sposh looks like, yeah, he's planning on building another room, discarding with his village hall to save a reed. I guess the other thing is I can always just go on vegetable spot, take a vegetable and 2 grain. That's definitely an option as well. Man, JML's game is not going well. He's having a rough time. So I guess a question to myself, if family growth comes up next round, which it might, do I plow or do I play family growth? With the way that plow is being snatched up every round, I think I might plow. So that's the reason that JML played the kind of game that he did, because he had Field Doctor. So I could reno here. The thing is, reno is safe, so I can start to do some math. If I reno, costs me 4 clay, and I eat 1, That gives me 3 food. Yeah, so I probably take vegetable here. Could take vegetable and 2 grain. And then even if I eat the vegetable, and then if plow sow comes up, I plow sow next round instead of, yeah. Okay, so I VGG. Guess I'm going to hoard a clay here, aren't I? So if I eat a clay, hoard a clay, eat a clay, that's gives me 5 food, and then I need 8 total. So then I would need to eat like 2 vegetables maybe. I don't want to have to eat 2 vegetables. If I renovate, then I only eat 1 vegetable. But if I renovate, I can't hoard. Well, either way, I'm going to hoard a reed here. And then Reno, go to clay, 2, 2, 1. Boom, get a wood, get 2 food. And then 2 board. Play this guy. And then I can eat 2, oh, that's cool. Nice play by Sabosh. Cool 5 food. Um, oh, and plow sow came up. So I plow sow. So hopefully I can I would like to start getting those animals. Having some animals would be quite nice. There's no way JML doesn't play. He has to play field here. And then family growth was his second move. Yeah, there's no way field gets back to me, which is too bad, but that's alright. Well, that's kind of cool. I'm going to get plow, sow, or plow, or family growth next round. Yeah, can't complain about that. That's quite good for me. So probably I want to fence? Or do I want to hold off on the fencing? Am I going to use another action to take wood? That's a good question. I'm going to get one wood if and when I renovate to stone, and I would have I have no other way of getting wood. So yes, I would have to take wood another time in order to get the maximum bonus out of fencing. Uh, I could take wood here and then fence with my last move. I imagine Sabosh will field master so with his last move. So yeah, I can do this. I guess the other way to look at it is I have a clay and I have a stone, which is what I need to get the maximum bonus out of my um, hoarder. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure if this fencing the way I'm going to will be worth it, but it's worth a try. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna want to artist. Well, I'll artist the grain. It doesn't matter. Um, big G artist G. So probably my plan for the next round is to plow a field. Um, yeah, Sabosh is killing it. That field master turned out quite well. Well, what turned out quite well is backdoor plus JML not choosing to grow, so that instead of growing really late, Sabosh grew on the second round possible. So, yeah, that went pretty poorly. Oh well, part of the game. Get an S, 2 grain, and a vegetable, which I immediately sow. So then here I read stone food, and then I have enough to reno to stone, and I can reno play prize squash. Oh, there's the starting player, okay. So I'm not going to get another plow, unfortunately, because it's going to get snapped up, I'm sure. So what am I planning on doing for the rest of this round? Read stone food, and taking animals, I guess. He's not going to reno. He is going to reno. So I'll probably have to reno. Reno play prize squash. I could start using clay deposit for points as well, but I still have animals available to take, so may as well take them. Maybe that's what I do, take 2 sheep and then clay deposit for 2 points. Yeah, I could do that. Depending on what JML is looking like, he is probably not going to reno again. And V is going to want to reno fence, I assume. Either way, take 2 sheep here, I think, almost for sure. Oh, I already have 2 sheep. I don't need 2 sheep. Oh, that's a pain. Yeah, I guess I reno then. Reno, play prize squash. And then last move, clay deposit. Well, I did say if Sabosh got the second grow, that he would win. And he didn't technically get the second grow, but he got the second grow. And that was not good for the rest of us. Alright, what do I do here? I can take 2 points. I could play Swineherd. Probably I just take 2 points. And hoard a clay. So I'm going to get a couple bonus points. I'll get some bonus points from Clay Deposit, get some bonus points from Prize Squash, and from Hoarder. I do not think it will be enough, though, unfortunately. I've got the new late show theme stuck in my head. It's quite good. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm glad that he's not afraid of still being political. Um, Oh man, if V could let me plow, that would be awesome. I'm sure he's not going to, but I mean, plowing is only 2 points for him. Yeah. Oh well. I could take. I could sow, but sowing and taking vegetable are about the same for me. So I'll take boar, I guess. Oh, Sabotage takes the veggie. That's unfortunate. Because V will almost certainly sow. Oh, JML sows, okay. Well, that's whatever. So I have clay deposit available for 2 points. I have cattle for 2 points. I have sheep for 6 food. I have, what else do I have available? Not a whole lot else. I'll probably end up doing those 3 moves. Taking stone for 2 points. This is a point and 2 food, possibly a whole lot more. Yeah, I don't think that cattle's going to get taken. So I can feed by eating 3 veggies, that's 6 food, and then eat a sheep for 8 food. Yeah, so that's all the food I need. So I can take cattle and then clay deposit, or cattle and stone, or stone and clay deposit if cattle gets taken. I think he's 1 stone short. Oh, he did it with Social Climber, of course. Right. Yeah, nice play. Very nice play by V. Well done. Okay, and then I have a couple moves. Doesn't really matter what I do, I guess. Guess I'll get 2 points. Why not? Two squash. Um, One, two, three, and then I get 3 points for my hoarder, and then I get 4 points for that, and 2 points for that, and then I get one extra one there, and then I harvest those two goods. Um, um, yeah, good game by Svosh. Obviously, he played his combo very well and got a huge lead from it. Um, 34, 2, 4, 3, 643. So I ended up tying with V. So we were both playing for second. Too bad. Anytime your first pick is peasant, you're kind of unhappy with that. Um, Certainly I could have played this better. Going for the bonuses probably was not worth it that I did. I don't know. Getting to use Tuileries the way I did, it was quite good. But the problem was that JML wanted to plow really badly. Sabosh wanted to. He didn't really want to plow. Um, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you later.